Hey everyone, it's Carrie Mitchell of Yellow Dog Real Estate, and today we're going to talk about 7 ways to not lose money when you sell your house. Now, of course, everybody's going to make a ton of money when you're selling your house because you bought it so long ago, but are there hidden ways that you can be leaving money on the table that you may not be aware of? So here's a couple little tips to think about so you're not losing money when you're selling your house. Tip number 1, try to get inspections 3 to 4 months before you put your house on the market. Now, the reason for doing this, if there's a crack in the foundation or an electrical problem or something, that needs tenting perhaps, maybe you want to fix those things beforehand. So 3 to 4 months gives you time to get the house on the market and have those things fixed so you're not scaring away buyers. Now, if it's April, May, June, and you decide to put your house on the market, of course, you got to put it on right away. You don't have time to fix it, but you can always say, we're going to get fixed through escrow or make some concessions that way. Number 2 is to get bids on the things that you want to get fixed. So even if you're not going to fix it, buyers want to know what the costs are. So the unknown is what scares them the most. But if they know it's like, okay, not that big of a deal, we understand, we can plan for it, and they know the price, then that's fine to fix. Number 3 is listen to your realtor. Now, I know that sounds really trite, but it's a real thing to listen to your realtor, because here's the thing. How many of you know someone, hopefully not you, that have gone through a divorce and they just say, you know what, I have no more brain space. I'm not fighting this person anymore. Just give him whatever he wants. 3 to 5 years down the line, they're like, oh man, I wish I would have, fought a little more. I didn't have the juice at the time. I didn't have the mental strength at the time. But now I kind of wish I would have negotiated a little harder. So usually when you're selling a home, there is another life event going on. It could be your mom passed away, your father passed away, you're going through divorce, your kids are moving out. There's another major life event and you don't have a lot of juice. You know what? I'll handle it for you. You handle your life event. A good realtor says, I'll manage the contractors or the electricians or the painters or whatever it is. I'll take that on for you. I'll manage all that for you. You can do your life because I want you to get the highest price for your house. The people that listen to that are the ones that get the most money for their house. Like I had an 80-year-old couple recently, and they said 2.5 as is. Maybe you bought it a million years ago and you got it so cheap it doesn't even matter, you're making so much money, but $2.4 million for the buyer is a lot of money. Like, aren't you gonna paint it? You're not gonna throw on a dress, makeup, nothing? They're like, nope, nothing. And I go, okay, well, here's the thing. I can get you more if you put money into it, and I will take the heat for you. I'll manage everything for you. So that's what we did. I did the landscapers, the painters, the contractors, whatever. And they probably put 40 to 60 in, I'm guessing, 40 to 60 in, and they got 2.8. So that was it worth it? Absolutely, yes. And I did manage it all for them because they're 80 and they just didn't want to deal with it. And maybe that extra $400,000 didn't matter to them because they're pretty well off. But to their kids, boy, that matters. So it definitely matters if you want to get things fixed or not fixed. Now, there are times when somebody says, well, my mom passed away. There's 4 other siblings on this house. Nobody wants to pay for this being fixed. Will you pay for it being fixed and we can pay you out of escrow? Well, any realtor could say yes to that question because there's a company called Curbio, Curbio.com, and they fix everything and they take it out of escrow. So there's many companies that will do that for you. Some agents charge more commission and then they take it out, but usually a good agent's like, I'm making enough, I don't need to charge more. It just depends. If it's a super long 4 or 5 month project, okay, maybe that's fair. But you don't have to worry if one kid wants to spend money and the other one doesn't, or you don't have money to get it ready for the market. There are companies that will do that. And now if Curbio's too busy, you can get some locals. I mean, your realtor should have a handful of housekeepers, junk people, everybody to make that happen for you. So if you do listen to your realtor, you typically will make more money. And if you're just like, I'm done, just think about what you're leaving on the table. Maybe you don't care now, but you will care in a couple of years from now. The 4th thing is to price it correctly. Every market is different. Right now, I would say price it at the price that you will actually take. A couple of years ago, people were bidding $200 and $400 over asking, just depending on the house. and people backed up the price a little bit, getting ready for multiple offers. Right now with the high interest rates and just craziness, nobody knows what's going on in the market. I would price it at what you expect to get, maybe a dink less, but maybe like 50 or 25,000 less, but I wouldn't go crazy. I would price it at what you actually would accept. The fifth thing is to fully market your house. Put it on MLS. Your realtor will get professional photography. A lot of times people want to get 2D walkthrough so you can see the house, you can see the layout of the house. Fully market it to get the maximum exposure, and that will get the most people coming into your house and bidding on. You want to get multiple bids, you want to create a frenzy. Obviously, fully marketing the house is absolutely necessary. Number 6, I would stage it. I know people say, I don't want to stage, I don't want to pay for staging. It makes a difference. And I have to tell you, the bigger the house, the more staging matters. Otherwise, it's just a lot of empty space that's, not really appealing. So I would stage it. If the carpets are old, I would get new carpets. Again, depending on how big your house is, 2.4 million, 3 million, 4 million is not a tear down. If it is a tear down, then it's better be in Atherton in a really nice neighborhood. But the money that you have made on your house over the years is not the same as somebody who's trying to come up with that money in the first place as a buyer. Equity building up over the years, great, that's wonderful, but somebody trying to come up with 2.3 million, 4 million is a lot of money. And final, I would say be a flexible negotiator. And I'm not saying necessarily on price. I negotiate a ton on time. If somebody's moving out or it's the end of the school year and they want to buy the house and they need another month before they close escrow, or they need a free rent back or something like that, sellers and the buyers should be able to negotiate on time in a way that makes the deal come together, but it's not really costing a lot of money for either party. There are things like, if you want to throw in a barbecue pit or you want to throw in the patio furniture, whatever it is, there are a lot of ways of how you treat people in the negotiation really does matter on price. Because if you're kind, if they're nice, they're like, okay, well, everybody's working together. If you're trying to, push things too hard, people just feel like, they're not nice to work with. The trust is lost. So the nicer you are, people trust you. They know that you're trying to create a win-win situation. And those are the deals that really work out. The buyers are happy, the sellers are happy, and everybody walks away feeling like, they got what they wanted. So hopefully these 7 tips will help you. And any questions at all, and you're thinking about selling your home, just give me a call, Carrie Mitchell, Yellow Dog Real Estate, 650-868-5779. Thanks. Have a great day.